Hi, this video is about the game Pictures to Pictures Who. It's an auction game with deduction on it. The game is pretty simple. The idea is that you sell your art and you try to figure out who your friends are working for. There is a couple reasons why, but I will explain it later. Right now, just keep the name that you got in secret and start drawing. By default, you have 2 minutes to draw, but you can add more if every player is okay with. After these 2 minutes has passed, the last player that drew a name now shows their art, and then the votes begins as players choose from one of 7 categories to categorize that art as. These categories are pretty and silly, nature and jolly, cute and whimsical, and abstract. Its worth and the amount of points it gives is decided by the amount of votes on a category. So let's say that an art receives 2 votes on a silly category, it will be a silly art worth $200 and gives 200 points. So now that we know how much that art is worth, can start the auction. Each player has 3 biddings. No bid can be done lower than the value that that art is worth. Once an art is sold, the player who drew it gets the value of the bidding. Aside from that, if an art isn't sold, the player can either keep it or put it in the unwanted pile. Putting an art in the unwanted pile gives the player half of what it's worth. Before players do any accusation, all art in the unwanted pile will be sold for one last time. And if an art is sold from the unwanted pile, players do not receive any value from it. All art sold from the unwanted pile are sold half of what is worth. Players have $1,000 to spend on arts, and this can go for 5 rounds, 10 rounds, as long as you want. Just keep in mind that anything higher than 5 rounds will have some tweaking need to be done in the score, summing up score part of the game. After the last round, the accusation phase begins. Each player writes down the name of the other players alongside who they're working for. You can make an extra accusation to one of the players, or you don't need to vote at all at anyone if you don't want, because there's risks for getting someone's patron wrong. So keep that in mind. After every player rolled their accusations, they can show for the other players, and then choose a player to show their gallery. After that, the points will be summed. This is the last stretch of the game, and it starts with every player showing their patron. First, those who got the thief wrong have one of their art stolen by it. Then every player that either got their patron called out correctly twice or called someone else's wrong will not be able to use their bonus extra points at the end. The thief is the only one that can be wrong in the accusation. For those who got the accusation right, that player was the one they decided to show their gallery for, they can add that patron favorite categories to their own. For each art on your patron's favorite category in your gallery, you gain an extra 100 points. Also, if you have any abstract art, after the first one, you get 100 extra points. And if you didn't get called out correctly in the accusation, you can add your patron extra bonus. And for that, I will be explaining each patron favorite category alongside their extra bonus. So for Mr. Keatings, it's silly and cute. Alongside, if you get the highest net worth, you gain 1,000 extra point at the end. Product Bones is nature and jolly, and if it finishes with the biggest variety of art, it gains 600 points. And for the Lady Quack, cute and whimsical, extra bonus is if it finishes with the biggest variety of art, it gains 600 points. And the last one, that is the Thief. The Thief only has abstract as their favorite category, but their extra bonus is that if they complete any one of the other extra bonuses, they win the game. I think that I said all of it. All the categories are pretty similar to each other, so incentivizes people to argue over which one it is. It's incentivized to skewer the votes towards you, either because you want to know which one's going to be or to make the art cheaper. It all depends on which your goals are. All the rules will be written on an Itch.io page. You can also download the documents there. No AI was used in the making of this video or in the game itself. I hope you like it. Thank you for giving it a chance. Bye.